Yo, 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 everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Clubhouse Conversations with Yemaya, where we pull back the curtains on the people behind the patches, the miles, the memories, and the movement. Tonight's guest is a brother whose name has become synonymous with dedication, loyalty, and putting some serious work in on that road. Yes, sir. He's one of our ground pounders, okay? From Louisiana to Texas, from road captain to prospect manager, from Iron Elite to Iron Butt Association rider. Our brother Freeway has spent over 15 years representing the Rough Riders lifestyle at the highest level. Tonight we're talking about club life, leadership, brotherhood, long distance riding, because y'all know y'all like to tussle about riding out there, community service, and what keeps him motivated after all these years. Let's welcome Freeway to the clubhouse, y'all. Hey, brother.
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the clubhouse. I know we
Thank
got to
you.
chat a little bit backstage. Um, we kicking it off with our OGs. So, when we classify OGs, in my opinion, um, 10 years plus, because it take a lot to do this lifestyle. And if anybody can make it past the 10-year mark, right
Hmm.
now, I'm on year 4 and I feel like I'll be fighting for my life in here. Like, leave me alone. So I'm gonna allow you to introduce yourself, bro. I'm gonna give you the spotlight. Go ahead.
I'm Freeway. By the way, Alexandria, Louisiana, my first chapter. Now I'm in Austin, Texas, um, living my life, enjoying life,
Word.
doing what I do on two wheels.
Period. All right. So we're gonna jump right on in. So the first set of questions: how did motorcycles first become a part of your life?
Motorcycles became a small part of my life when my oldest brother was joining the Navy.
Okay.
He had a little dirt bike, and every time he started out with drills. He would leave with drills. I was take his dirt bike and ride it illegally. Grandfather didn't care. As long as I didn't hurt myself, I was good.
Right.
Uh, After that, I just got into just the love for riding. I
Word.
started out with combat vets.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool.
Started out with them, and then one of my guys in combat vets is really the one that kind of pushed me to Rough Riders. His name is
Okay.
TJ. We traveled around all over the United States playing softball together. So we was together a lot, and we rode together. He rode a Harley. I brought my first Harley back then was a V Rod.
Okay.
I was about to muscle in. Still had my booster, things like that, but just started out with slowly, and then got into loving the highway,
Okay.
seeing different things that I probably never see again in life.
Okay. That's definitely dope. The highway is definitely therapeutic. I feel like when you on twos and you're so focused, you pay attention more to everything that's around you. So I definitely enjoy when you're going on those long rides and you get some beautiful scenery. So you said PJ introduced you to the Rough Riders. So what did club life mean to you back then when you first was transitioning into Rough Riders? So was it what you expected? Was it a culture shock? Was it different? What made you want to join?
Well, like my partner always told me, sometimes you outgrow things, and
Okay.
he felt like that I was outgrowing combat vets. So, we talked one day. We was out. Matter of fact, we was in Florida in Military World Series playing softball, and he told me, he said, "Bro, when you get back, man, you need to really think about it, man. Them guys, they good people. They want you to come over." So I told him, I said, "I'll take a look at it." So I took a look at it, and I had three people that was a big part of my decision. Um, it was my
Okay.
president. It was my president from Alexandria, Hot Rod.
Okay.
Uh, he worked with veterans at the VA hospital, So I seen him all the time. He wasn't at the VA. He was at the Harley shop because he rode a Harley. My other one was Bruiser, which was my compadre. I say Bruiser was our like go-to guy if you need therapy, you want to talk to somebody. All right, and then the final one is Baby Girl. She was Mama Hen. She ain't letting you slack on nothing. You ain't, she gonna keep you going no matter what your position is, what your status is. She didn't care. It was all about family. And when after riding with them for about 3 or 4 months, traveling around Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, tipped into Texas a couple times, Arkansas, just different locations and different rides, showed me that these guys were more than just Rough Riders. They were already a family before they came Rough Riders. And when I say that is because every time we left out the clubhouse to go on a ride, their family members were there, wives, daughters,
Oh, wow.
kids, going through the prayer with us, saying a prayer with us before we rolled out, just different things. So these guys were well oriented when it comes to family. So being military and the military was my family, I kind of like fell in with these guys and rode and had fun. I live up to my president had one motto: as long as you're on that hard ball ground pounding, you'll never have no problems.
Facts.
And that's what got me to where I'm almost at today. And after that, it was a lot of work, dedication. A lot of people don't understand that it's more to just getting out riding long distance. Right. It takes days, hours to plan, to communicate with the people you're riding with, to make sure your maintenance on your bike is right, make sure that your maintenance on your body is right, make sure your mind is right. Because the worst thing you want to do is get out there on some of these bad roads, curves that you've never experienced before, you've never been there before, and you thinking about what's going on at home, or you got something else going on. Anything can happen, accidents, anything like that can happen to you out there. So it's good to have well-rounded people around you. I have a brother right now that we just hit 16 years of riding together.
Oh, wow. That's so dope.
Yeah, we've been on the highways. 2 bikes that we have similar. I think he got 120,000 on one, and probably about 80,000 on the other one.
Man.
So we've been riding together for a little while, and he's out of Ruff Ryder. He's out of Next Level MC.
Okay.
But before that, he was just a regular guy, and he worked. But we rode when we rode. We get out there and get it and go do it.
All right. So, recalling your prospecting period, because I know you had a stint as a prospect manager. What was your most memorable moment during your prospecting period, and how does that differ from prospecting now in this generation?
Well, my prospecting period was different. I say in many ways because I worked at a Harley shop, which you usually don't get Saturdays off. You don't get a lot of time off to ride. But my chapter will always start their rides from my Harley shop. We go to Clubhouse, I roll over there, do the prayer with them, and I go back to work. And then by the time everybody gets suited up and loaded up, they'll come through the Harley shop and let me know where they're going, which route they're going. And then from there, I'll plot a route that will catch them before they get where they're going.
That's lit.
But as a prospect, I was just riding, having fun, enjoying myself. Didn't really change too much because my sight was anytime I look in my rearview mirror and I got 10 or 15 brothers or sisters behind me riding, that right there was just excitement for me.
Right.
Getting out there, making memories, breaking bread, And the thing is, I tell people this all the time. If you miss a ride, you're going to miss a memory. Because something's going to happen that's going to come back to you, and you're going to laugh about it later, and then they're going to be like, oh, man, what happened? I could tell you 1,000 times. You still won't be.
It won't be the same because you didn't experience, right?
It won't be the same. Won't be the same.
Oh.
So, everyone that I was around in Louisiana, total Louisiana, didn't really treat me as a prospect. And when I say that is that come to events, okay, hey, I'm here, let's work, let's do what we got to do. Put in the work, do what we got to do, have fun, enjoy ourselves, and go to the house.
Right.
Compared to prospecting now, I have been around different states, cities, and watch how the prospects roll and how they do things. And some of them are scared to talk to people. And I always used to wonder why. So I stopped wondering, I started asking.
Right.
I say, hey, man, how you doing? And I tell everybody like this, even though you're a prospect, you're still a grown woman and still a grown man. And I'm going to treat you as such.
Facts.
You might not have this vest right now, but if you want this vest, you got to earn this vest. But at the same time, it's loyalty, family, and respect that you got to learn and you got to earn from not just members in your chapter, but from wherever you go. And the reason why I say it is because I travel so much and I meet so many different people. And the respect and the love I get is from me putting in the miles and riding. And, if I tell somebody I'm coming to see you, I'm coming to see you.
Facts.
That's just point blank. I try to keep my word unless something, come up in this family. Other than that, once I get to go, I'm gone.
That's lit. So
but on the other hand, though, another thing though is that I see a lot of we're allowing prospects to come in, and we're not double checking and triple checking some of these prospects. And what I mean by that is that I don't hold nobody for you got criminal background, whatever. Everybody that make mistakes in life, that's fine. Right. But the thing is, I've always been told that a lesson is a blessing. So if you got a second chance to do something and you've been allowed to be a part of an organization like Ruff Ryders, then you should be coming here with zero problems, zero issues. Don't come in here thinking this is a social club. It's not. We rely on each other. We look out for each other. And if you don't have that type of background, then why come to Ruff Ryders?
Right. I agree. We're gonna take a quick second, really quickly. I just want to take a break from our sponsors. Tonight's episode is powered by Ride Out Energy Drink. Whether you're chasing state lines, putting down some serious miles, headed to bike night like our brother's supposed to be, or pulling an all-night road trip, Ride Out Energy keeps those riders focused, energized, and ready for whatever the road throws your way. No matter if you're on 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels at all, when it's time to ride out, make sure you're fueled by Ride Out Energy. Available now on stores. Yep. Thanks, bro. So back to these questions. You served as road captain, prospect manager, secretary, and sergeant at arms. Which role taught you the most?
All of them.
Okay. Elaborate for me, please.
All of them are different in so many ways. I'll start with road captain. A road captain might not feel like he's or she is very important, but she is. Because you're the link between point A and point B for your chapter. Yep. You should be navigating, and you should be knowing where the rest stops, what's this and what's that. And the main thing is a lot of people don't track is that if you have someone that's riding with you, and just say for a Harley, for instance, I can probably average 220 miles to a full tank of gas. A
Okay.
booster ain't gonna do that. So the more you ride together, the more you get to know your people, and the more you get to know how to gauge your ride and how to make sure that everybody is protected, everybody is comfortable with. Because the worst thing you want to do is have one of your members run out of gas on the highway and hold up the
Absolutely.
ride.
Been
So
there.
so if you know your people and you know how to coordinate rides, me myself, when I have boosters or street bikes with the Harleys, I have what I call a dump off point. And dump off point is I know I'm getting 200 miles. I know if I got 6 Harleys and 2 boosters, guess what? I'm gonna give the signal. I know they had probably about 120 miles. They need gas. I'm gonna give the signal. They're gonna run up the highway. They already got the pinpoint for the gas station. They're gonna run up. They're gonna fill up, and then they're gonna jump back on the highway and get back in formation. So that way, we're gonna go ahead and get that 200 miles, and now everybody's stopping that don't need gas. That way, we keep everything moving, keep the
Keep the
formation
momentum
moving,
going.
keep
So
everything moving.
to touch base on that, what do you think makes a strong road captain?
Knowing how to plan a ride, knowing how to execute a ride, knowing your bike, and knowing the members in your chapter that have bikes. And it don't have to be a chapter ride. Y'all can just get out and go ride through the countryside one day. Saturday, I ain't doing nothing. Let me call my people up that got bikes. Hey, man, let's go grab a burger. Let's go grab pizza. And then as a road captain, while you grabbing pizza and talking, guess what you should be doing? You should be doing inspections. You should be walking around those bikes and making sure their tires not bald, making sure they ain't got leaks, they ain't got a loose chain, a loose belt. Make sure their bikes, look visibly serviced. And then it's come back to tracking the paperwork on the serviceability of your bike. Having your quarterly inspections, monthly inspections, however your chapter wants to do it, have inspections on your bikes. And then the first thing is you can't ask somebody to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. So the first thing you should do is pull your bike up, let your sergeant arms, your VP, your president, whoever the hell want to look at it, let them look at it. Make sure your air pressure is good. Make sure your stuff is good first.
Right.
And then when you do that, people are going to respect what you're doing instead of being rebellious against what you're doing. And then, you'll have an enjoyable ride. You won't have no breakdowns. At the same time, you also can give advice on where to get the cheaper tires, where to get the cheaper service. Me, myself, I run maybe like 3 apps. I have an app that I put in every time my tires are changed. I know how many miles I got on my tires.
Oh, wow.
It's an easy app. I just downloaded on my phone about 6-7 years ago. No, about 8 years now. I've been running it. I use it in my oil changes, my tires, any service I do, annual service, whatever. I put all the information in there because 9 times out of 10, what happens when we do our services and everything, what we do when we do the paperwork, we throw it away or we misplace it. So if I got that app in my phone, I'm always on my phone. I can go to that app. I can say, hey, my tire's 10,000 miles. I need to go now and start checking to make sure they're not squaring off, make sure this is that and this and that. And go ahead and get my bike into the shop and get a service. You'll save money now instead of spending when you broke down on the highway.
Right. Facts.
So
this good information, y'all. Cause listen, I'm over here taking notes like, okay, download app. I'm gonna plug you in for that app later. So you said you spent 8 years as a prospect manager, right? So what was the hardest part about managing those prospects?
Let's see. Managing them wasn't hard in Louisiana.
Okay.
Because for one thing is we were fortunate we had a clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
So we had our own clubhouse, and a lot of things that we did were internal in our clubhouse. So you have to be understandable when it comes to humans. We all have families, we have children, we have jobs, and this right here doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't pay the bills. So for me to ask you to miss work or do something out the norm, I need to give you ample time to put your schedule together and work on your end so you can make whatever you need to make.
Facts.
I'm not a butthole. I wasn't a butthole about people not making some rides. But if you don't show me no effort, I do the paperwork and drop you. Nothing personal. Nothing. It's just you. This not for you.
You run a strict program over there.
Well, no, it was my hire, my prez and my BP at the time. Um, they set down the ground rules how they wanted the chapter ran, and once I got my initial counseling, I went with that. And I used to talk to a lot of people about that. So I was out recruiting. Um, I have MCs come to me want to be Ruff Ryders, and I tell them, I say, hey man, until you clear up your end, I can't do nothing for you on this end. But once you clear up on that end, you give me your information, and we're gonna go sit down with your president, your VP, your sergeant arms, and we're gonna ask them, what's going on? Do you owe anything?
Right.
Not saying you lying, not saying we're not taking your word, but we want to make sure we're good on this end because we don't want to cause no problems in our world.
And that's smart. And I think if a lot more people do that, I think that's how you start to sift between that quality versus quantity.
Quantity.
We get so caught up in the numbers game that we're just willing to vest anybody without doing our thorough investigation. So I agree with you 100% on that, and I like that idea. Um So now I'm gonna touch base on it because, and I'm gonna throw these in there. I'm swinging off the hip because we just had this conversation, and that was about your wife also having 15 years in Rough Riders as well too, and her being in a strong leadership position at that. So, how do you balance that, separating chapter business from home life, for those people that are out there that I have a lot of couples that are in Rough Riders and chapters together, that some are in leadership and some are not, and I've seen the positives and the negatives of both aspects of it. So how do you guys maintain that cohesion and separate chapter stuff from home stuff?
It's easy. Even when I was starting arms here in the chapter here in Austin, and she was a member, she knew that okay, when it comes to Rough Rider stuff, you step out of line, even though you the wife, you get paperwork just like everybody else.
Right.
That's how it was. Now on the opposite side, she's the president. I'm a support. I know
Right.
my role. I'm a member. I'm a support. Regardless if it's her or any president, I'm a
Right.
support. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna show up. We gonna right uniform, right attitude, right place and time, and do what I'm supposed to do. Now on the opposite of that, it we don't really have an issue with that here in our chapter because
That's dope.
our chapter is close. We might have our bits and nicks, but we work that out. We talk about it, and we have a rule. If you got an issue or something, you got a question about something, call that person and talk to them. Get an understanding of what they're saying and what they're meaning before you assume something wrong. And that's worked. Here in this chapter here in Austin. So it's it can be challenging at times because I love to get on the highway, and uh, I'm big on notifications. I send at
Right.
least I send at least 4 to 5 people in my chapter my glimpse wherever I go and whatever I'm doing. They support me. They either text me, call me, check on me, um, ask me if I need cash out for gas or whatever.
That's
So
dope.
when you have a supporting cast, they make it easy for me to get out there and ride, and knowing that I'm gonna get out there and do 3 or 4 thousand miles and come on back to the house.
That's dope. I really love that. Um, so touching base now on traveling. You traveled thousands of miles representing Rough Riders. What does representing the patch mean to you at this moment now? Has it just become second nature?
Not really, because I'm in a new era right now, and what I
Okay.
mean by that is that um, the MC world are accepting us more now, and a lot of people don't realize that, but they are.
They
I'll
are.
give you an example. I've been around to Rare Breed, Kings of the South, Block Burners, um, East Bay Dragons. Been to 100, 200 events. And, everywhere I go, I always notify my Rough Riders chapters, letting them know I'm coming to their city. I try to link up with any Rough Riders that, have time to link up and hang out and do whatever. And I try to show them that the MC life will accept us if we go in and be in their world and hang out in their world.
Right.
And not saying that we got to be an MC, which we're not. But once you earn their respect, once you earn the loyalty, and once they start treating you like family, and they know you ground pound, and they know you legit, then they're not gonna worry about what vest you got on.
Facts.
They're gonna do for you just like they would do for one of their brothers on their left or right. Now they're not gonna communicate with you business wise, but they're
Right.
gonna treat you.
Right.
They're gonna treat you with love and respect, and they're gonna take care of you if they need to take care of you. And I experienced that for the last 5 or 6 years, especially with Next Level. Next Level MC is to me is a ground pounding MC. Not too long ago, they were probably about the first ones I've known that did 1,000,000 miles on twos. As an organization,
wow.
yeah, as a whole organization, and that's only with like 10 chapters.
That's crazy.
So they get out and they ride, and like I say, my brother, my father, whatever you want to call him, he's a couple years older than me, but we call him Unc. He's with Next Level, Lafayette, Louisiana, and I got brothers all over Houston, Indianapolis, Chicago, Cincinnati, Charlotte, all over the place. And these brothers welcome me with open arms, and anybody I bring around with me, they open with open arms.
That's love.
You have to get out and let people know that we're a lifestyle, but at the same time, we can do the same thing you do. You just wear a different vest.
Right.
I said, but our vest doesn't give us up as being a territory person.
Right.
So with that MC side of the world, it's good to go hang out and get in your community and get them behind you, because guess what? When you have your annuals, they come out to your annuals, they support you. They don't, they gonna show you love.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have fun, and it's just the point to where we have to get out together.
Mm-hmm.
Get out together and leave the BS at home. If you got a problem with something in the chapter, leave it at the house. Go out and have fun. Come back and handle that later. Something that we do here that I brought from the military to my organization since I've been here for the last 7 years is we do a round table. Round table is no holds barred. There's no rank. There's no positions. We don't care if you're the president, you're a state sergeant arm, you whatever. When you sit down at the round table, you take your vest off, you take your title off, and you better have some thick skin. Because whatever is said is going to be said, and how people feel is going to be put out there. And then after we do that, we go back to ride and do what we do. Don't want to hear it again. And that way you get people to, go ahead and express their opinion, how they feel about your chapter. At the same time, it gives the president, the VP, and the sergeant arms a chance to evaluate how people are interacting, how people are getting along, why you have these cliques, why you have these shortcomings on participation. Because the worst thing you can ever say is that, oh man, I don't like so and so for Freeway. I'm not gonna go because so and so there, bro. You got problems then, because I'm going.
Right.
I'm going to have a good time for Freeway.
Right.
Support my chapter and put my chapter out there. And like I tell people all the time, I don't push nobody to ride like I ride. I don't push nobody to do the things I do. I will invite you, and I'm gonna make an experience for you because I'm not gonna ride my ride. I'm gonna ride your ride because I want you to enjoy the ride, so you can have good things to say about the ride and enjoy yourself. Uh,
I
prime
like
example.
that.
Prime example. We just did a ride to Black Wall Street,
Okay.
and I want to give a shout out to Oklahoma. Ruff Ryders down there. They took care of us. They had hotels. Hey, the price of them hotels, I can't even put that out. But hey, we appreciate it. It was nice. We had a good time. We had some members in my chapter that never been to Tulsa, Oklahoma for Black Wall Street. They had a ball. They already talking about going back next year. So when you get out there and you show people things, make sure you can come back and show them the good things, not always the bad things. You know.
I agree with that. So you've ridden through 48 states. Which state completely exceeded your expectations, and which one humbled you on that road?
You breaking up.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I just logged my camera.
You got a lot of feedback.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I'm good now.
All right, I'm gonna just leave that like that for now.
Oh yeah, it's a whole lot better.
I know somebody sent me a message and it messed up the camera feed. So can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right, perfect. So the question that I asked, I said you've ridden through 48 states. Somebody sent me a message and it messed up the camera feed.
Yep.
Give me 1 second again. Let me just drop this one off screen. I don't know what's going on with that. You still there, bro?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. I don't know. It's glitching on my end. But the question that I have for you was you have ridden through 48 different states, right?
Yes.
So which one exceeded your expectations? And then which one kicked your butt on that ground?
Well, let's see. I would say Maine exceeded my expectations because um, I didn't know about the wildlife up there. I didn't know the wildlife was like it was.
Okay.
What I mean by that is that we pulled into Maine like maybe 3:30 in the morning, and we pulled into a gas station to get gas. So once we got to the hotel, we wouldn't have to worry about it that next morning because we was getting about 3 hours, 4 hours sleep, and getting back on the highway.
Oh, wow.
So we pulled in and fueled up, and one of the guys I was with a couple guys from Next Level from Lafayette. Um, we looked down and we seen this huge dog bowl and the water bowl. So first thing came to my mind was wolves. So I went back to my bike. I'm fueling up, I'm looking over the little crest, and we've been riding for probably about 21 hours, and I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I'm getting delusional here. I'm seeing eyes, and before I knew it, one of them went ahead and came out in the light, and he probably was. I'm 245 pounds. He probably outweighed me by 10 pounds. So first thing I did was I reached in my bag and pulled out a 45, and the guy in the store come running out and he said, "Please don't shoot him. Please don't shoot him." I said, "Okay, you've been feeding them." So he had been feeding them at night, and they was coming to eat, and we just happened to be interrupting their dinner. So Maine was probably that ride.
Yeah, you better than me. Out of there, out of there.
Now, kick my butt ride. I would say when we had to cross from Washington. Was it Washington? I think it was Washington, all the way across South Dakota and North Dakota, coming into we left Montana, we hit Wyoming, we left California and came through. We came through Idaho. After we left, we went about Washington and came through Montana, and then we dropped down and we went through the center of North Dakota and South Dakota. So we rode that ride all the way to Minnesota, straight through.
That's crazy.
So that put us east of Minnesota. Then when we left Minnesota, we were thinking about camping out. We think about getting a hotel that night. And I told him, I said, "Hey man, Iowa's right down the street. Let's go ahead and hit Iowa. And then all we gotta do is worry about Wisconsin and then hit Chicago next morning."
Oh, wow.
So we went ahead and dropped down to Iowa. That put us at probably about 22, 23 hours riding.
Y'all good.
So that was probably the test, because it was just highway. It was highway, and I'm telling you,
you start going to sleep, start dozing, everything.
No,
that happened when
you can't doze because you wonder when the next gas stop gonna come up.
Okay.
You ain't dozing.
You're like, no, you better pay attention.
Yeah, you watching that fuel gauge, and you watching your man up front, like, this and that. So I learned one thing on the highway: if I seen green and red, that means I got a gas station coming up.
Period.
Because they always gonna put diesel and green and red and gas.
Facts. So you earn multiple furthest traveled awards. At this point, is it about the recognition, or is it just about the journey, just making that journey to those events?
Well, first it's about the journey, because like I said before, I'm me and my brother on what we consider 16-year anniversary tour of being able to ride together, because he's retired now.
That's so cool.
So we get the chance to ride, and we get the chance to dictate when we want to ride, and not have to worry about a job telling us, you can't ride now, you can't do this, because you got to work or whatever.
Right.
So it starts off about the journey for me, but then at the same time, it's a representation of people that have done it before me. So I know of 2 people that have done it before me, and my hat goes off to them. And that's one brother we had in Atlanta, Georgia, used to be ASAP. He's left Ruff Ryders. He did it. And then my homegirl up in Cali, Big Chuck, hats go off to her. She did it. And matter of fact, when I do my 4-pillar ride and end up in LA,
when you have that planned,
I got patches for Big Chuck.
Oh, that's lit. I love those.
Yeah.
That's lit.
So what I've done is I made a 24 state ride and 48 state ride packs, and trying to just put it out there to advertise for people to go out and just ride. And
So is that open to all of Rough Riders?
any Rough Rider that does it, all you gotta do is hit me up. I'm gonna send you a link, and then what you're gonna do is I'm gonna follow you while you ride, not through Glimpse. I have another app that'll follow you while you ride, and the reason I'm reason I'm following you not to say that you're not riding, but to help you during the ride.
Right.
So you don't take the long way that I did. It's always a short way to something. So I'm not gonna leave somebody to try to figure out their way to do it. I'm gonna give them advice just like I got advice. I'm gonna give them, hotel apps. There's a bunch of hotel apps out there that you can use, and you can get rooms for like $60 a night. And with us, 2 or 3 guys, we're not saying no room no more than 4 or 5 hours at the most. So $60, you throw your little $10, $20 in there, and we pay for the room. We got somewhere to kick our feet up for a few minutes, eat some food, and get some sleep, take a shower, rotate it out, and then 4 or 5 hours, we're back on the road. It's a little different when you roll solo. You have to worry about the getting tired and everything else because you're out there by yourself. You
right.
Everybody watching out for you. So you have to be built to ride solo. It's not a lot of people that's built to ride solo.
I know, and shout out to my bro. I just wanna my bro Rock from Central Jersey. He be out there pounding that ground. And I see you, bro. Every time I turn around, you're in a different state. Love you like that. But
if you ever come to Texas, you need to let me know.
All right.
You heard him, Rock. I'll meet him on the highway, and we can ride. We'll ride in, and we'll make sure he's good.
He actually did the pillar ride last year. And him and Override rode from Cali to New York, but I believe Rock did all 4 pillars, and I had them as my first episode. They were my guests to talk about that. I really admire people that do that because I know I'll be counting down when I'll be riding an hour. I'll be counting down the time for me to get home. Like, listen, like, so I tip my hat to you guys that's out there really pounding that ground like that, for real, for real. What's one lesson you learned traveling on twos that you apply to everyday life?
Don't trust what you see.
Okay.
What I mean by that is every day we ride around in our cars, our trucks, going to work, going here, going there, vacation or whatever. But it's a lot of people. All we think we need to do is buy a vehicle and just drive it, and not pull maintenance on it, not take care of the maintenance on it. And then when you have a flat tire or you broke down side the road, you're mad and you're wondering why. Cars and trucks, it's a lot different. But when it comes to a bike, and you've been out there in that hot heat riding, and now you come up and you got a blowout, or you got you low on engine oil, or your bike smoking, or whatever. It's because you're not checking your bike. You're not doing the proper maintenance on your bike.
Right.
You're not doing proper maintenance on your bike because you got to remember 2 things. When you're in that truck and car, you got AC. Mm-hmm. You got reclinable seats. You got heated seats. You got AC seats. You got all kind of different things that can help you out. All right, you ain't got them bugs hitting you in the face.
Facts.
So you ain't got them bugs hitting your helmet, clouding up your helmet. If it starts raining, car, you ain't got to worry about it. Turn windshield wipers on. On the bike, you got to get off that bike and put that gear on. Now you're going to get into that rain. And my motto is, if I don't see rain for more than 2 hours, I'm not getting in no gear. Because I'm not going to make my body overheat by putting that gear on and for a little bit of rain. Right. I'm going to pass to it. I'm going to try my best to pass through it.
Okay.
Do what I need to do. So I'm real big on maintenance. A lot of people around me always ask me, Freeway, why you always out 40 minutes before we get ready to ride some damn where we at the hotel? I said, because I'm checking my damn bike.
Right.
I'm checking the air pressure. I'm checking all this. Oh man, if your tire low, what you gonna do? I said I got a compressor in the saddlebag.
Period.
Battery operate, hook it up to your cigarette lighter, whatever. I can put air in my tires and do what I need to do.
Good to go. Like it. So, switching gears a little bit, community service. A lot of people see the bikes, but they don't really see the service that much. Why is community work important to getting our name, our brand out there?
The first reason is because even though we're now at MC, we whatever you want to call it. You want to call it a cut, you want to call it a vest. Once you put that on, you get on a motorcycle, you are labeled as a bad person. Automatic. You're labeled as a
Absolutely.
bad person. I don't care where you come
Absolutely.
from, what neighborhood you ride in, you're labeled as a bad person. Okay? So when
Absolutely.
some of these people see you out doing, and as Rough Riders, we do a lot. We feed the
Right.
hungry. We do sock drives. We do turkey drives. We do Christmas drives. Um,
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites used to be cookies and milk that we used to do in Alexandria at the
Oh,
clubhouse. And the reason why it was my favorite because we used to bring in the single parents with their kids, and we would have cookies and milk for them and coloring books, and we would have
oh,
games. We would have
I love
set
that.
outside for them to play all day. And at the
I
same
love it.
time, we went through an organization called a battered shelter for women, and they would come out and talk to the women and give them counseling on how to try to get jobs and get their life together. So
That's
community
lit.
service. So community service for me is not just something to check the blocks and say I did 800 hours or 2 hours or three
Right.
hours. Giving back to your community is should be something you want to do because I always tell people like this: I came from nothing and God blessed me with something.
Absolutely.
You know, and every lesson I learned is a blessing to me, and I don't let nobody count my
Absolutely.
blessings. You know, so community service for me is real big because I'm into hospice. I do a lot of community service for
Yes.
hospice. I
Yes.
do a lot of community service at nursing homes. I go to visit veterans there, talk to them, and just see how they're doing, what's going on. Because a lot of people don't understand that nursing homes, a lot of people put you in them nursing homes and you never see them again.
And they forget about you. Yep.
They totally forget about you, and all they want somebody to talk to walk down the hall with them, and listen to what war stories they got, different things like that. Um, so one of my big rides used to be was we used to do what's called a quarter a mile, and a few years, about 10 years ago in Louisiana, we used to have banks that would bring our bikes in. They would check our speedometers, write down the miles, and then
Oh,
we would go out every 4 months. We had to come in and get our speedometer checked. But they would cut a check for any organization that we wanted to donate money to after they calculated the miles up. So
wow.
that went for a couple of years, but then they got smart and they said, "Hey, we giving out a lot of money because these boys ride these bikes." A quarter don't sound like a lot, but when you got 15 people doing 6,000 to 7,000 miles every 2 months, it
Yeah.
adds up.
Yeah.
So autism is a big stickler for me because I had members in my chapter in Louisiana that had grandkids, had kids that had autism. Um,
It's definitely one of my passions as well too. I have family
so
members
for
on
me
the
to
spectrum.
be able to give time, sometimes time is worth more than money.
Absolutely.
Everybody can donate money, but when you donate your time and they see your face, they remember you.
Absolutely.
Um, I got adopted by um, a gentleman in Manny, Louisiana. He was in a nursing home for 15, 20 years. Hadn't seen his son, hadn't seen his grandkids, hadn't seen daughter-in-law, none of that in years. So I went and sat down and talked with the family and asked them, I said, "Hey, man, Mr. Doug really want to see you guys, man. How about y'all stop by the nursing home, or how about I just bring him by the house? The wife was all with it, the son wasn't. So I told him, I said, hey man, I just talked to him one-on-one. Told him, I said, hey man, I said, you're a blessed child. He said, how you figure that? I said, you have a father to talk to. You have a mother to talk to. A lot of people don't have either one of those parents in their life. So you better
That's a
take
fact.
advantage of it while you can, because I'm telling you, one day, God take him before he take you, you're gonna be miserable.
That's a
You're gonna be
fact.
real miserable. So finally he popped up at the nursing home and talked to his dad, and the family was back to the family, and maybe about 6 months after that, they took him out the nursing home, bought a new house,
Oh,
had it figured up for his needs in one part of the house. So it all worked out and
that's
everything was
dope.
good.
That's
But
dope.
but community service for me is since I'm retired, I don't mind going out doing it. I deal with hospice companies here in Beulah, Texas, Bridgeway Hospice Company. I love them people. They help a lot of families. They take care of a lot of people. So I give them my little time wherever they need. Don't matter if it's going to nursing home. Don't matter if it's hanging up shelves for them. They call, I go.
What has the hospice patients taught you about the living?
Stop judging people.
Mm,
Stop judging people because you don't know when your time is going to come. And you don't know,
mm,
one day you might be in the same predicament that they're in. Um,
absolutely.
they didn't make it to that predicament just overnight.
Right.
I know some patients that have been in hospice for 3, 4 years. Now, my first input on hospice, I thought hospice was okay, you go in there to pass away. But
Right.
hospice is a whole lot more than that.
It is. I just
Um,
lost my mom in November, and I love the hospice care that she was a part of. They really made sure she was comfortable and just made her feel like normal until her time came.
yeah. So I mean, they do a lot that we don't know about. The nurses, whew, man, they put in some hours.
Yeah.
They at the family's beck and call.
Yep.
So I give a shout out to all the hospice nurses, all the hospice DONs, because it's a lot of work that goes into what they do every day. I've been able to actually watch and see some of that because it's just there, and it's something to see.
Facts. So when people hear freeway, what do you hope comes to mind?
Oh man, really? I never thought about it because I've always been, I ain't gonna say judged. I've always been selected view because a lot of people say I have that military mentality and look, I'm never this, I'm never that. But once they get to know me, then they be like, oh man, he's
Right.
just another guy who likes to ride and have fun.
Right.
And that's what I do. I like to ride and have fun. Um,
That's it.
I don't I don't do a lot of nitpick BS. I try to just come enjoy life because, like I tell people all the time, my clock is ticking just like everybody else's. We don't know when
Absolutely.
that day is gonna come, so I'm gonna make the best of every day I get up. I thank God um, for waking me up every morning, and I feel like without Him,
Absolutely.
this is like a special journey for me because there's not a lot of people that can do um, what I do.
Yeah.
And I don't say that in a bragging way. I say that
No,
in
I understand 100%.
I say that in the way
I
that I had to learn. I had to learn to get myself to this level uh, from spending time in the gym, spending time on the bike, spending time with man all kinds of apps and planning, plotting, and executing rides. I have people call me all the time and ask me different questions about different things, and sometimes we go from riding to the regs. Sometimes we go from the regs to riding. And I tell people all the time, I say, it's just like when you go to church. If you read the Bible and you go by the Bible, you can't go wrong. So the regulations is your Bible. Read the regulations and you can't go wrong.
Read your rules and your regulations.
Yeah.
I
You
cannot
can't go wrong.
stress that enough. I tell y'all all the time. Every episode, I tell y'all, read your rules and regs.
And the thing is, it's nothing wrong with having discussions.
Right.
It's nothing wrong with that. Have a discussion about your interpretation.
Yep.
And when you have that discussion, you might get 3 or 4 different interpretations. But read it for what it's worth to you and make sure you understand it. That's the key. And for me, I just look at a lot of people, and a lot of people, I guess they have good things to say about me. I don't, I don't really know, and I ain't
Oh,
say I don't care, but the ones that are in my circle, I got a lot of good people in my circle. From man, a lot of good people. All my Texas chapters, give shout out to them. A lot of
shout
them
out to
guys check on me.
Texas.
A lot of them guys check on me when I'm on the road. My 2 little brothers, Mr. Me Too, Justice, Ace, president of Clean chapter, always checking on me. Uh, Now, I picked up a couple here in the, getting away from the bike world, but I do car and truck and slingshot too.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so I got my sister down in Detroit, Peaches, real good young lady. She rode all the way from Detroit to Texas in her slingshot. Came down here for a competition. So
Wow.
give a shout out to her. She's a real good little lady right there.
Okay. Shout out to sis. I love to hear the ladies holding it down.
Oh, I got a lot of ladies holding it down. I'll tell you, with my type of riding, I have a supporting cast that's better than any supporting cast I've ever seen for anything.
That's beautiful.
I have a young lady named Megan. She's a nurse. I think she's in South Dakota right now. Every time I ride, she check on me, bro. You need anything, food or whatever? I don't have to leave the hotel. She have food delivered, Coke, water, whatever I need. And
That's
then,
dope.
I got a lot of supporting cast when it comes to the female side, take care of me. Um, so I just enjoy life and enjoy my chapter here. We have our ups and downs like everybody do. But I try to create the most positive atmosphere I can with people that are around me. We have events at the house. We do different little cookouts and just get a way to get to know each other. So
So I'm going to ask you 2 final questions as we're dwindling and down our time, and I really enjoyed this conversation. My question: what kept you committed after 15 years?
hmm. Well, I say my big brother, uh, Ronnie Dartez from Next Level Lafayette chapter. They call him Unc. He's like a father figure, mentor to me, and he's around me a whole lot when I'm riding. And a lot of people come and say, "Hey, man, why you riding with them Ruff Ryders? You can be riding with us." I was like, "Well, what makes your best better than my best? What makes your organization better than my organization?
Facts.
I've been over here. I ain't been over there, so you got to give me something to entice me to bring me over
Right.
there."
Convince me.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I got over here.
Right.
I know what I got to deal with. I know the people over here. I know what we're gonna do over here. What you're doing over
Right.
there might not be for me. So um, he plays a big role into a lot of my decision making, and also my homeboy that's TJ, he's in Japan right now, working in Japan. He's a big um, influence on me when it comes to riding because we rode together a lot of years before we went our separate ways after the military. We rode together. We was at each other's house every day, eating, hanging out. I got more God kids than probably anybody. I'm running
That's how I
Matter of
feel
fact,
like in my marketing company. I got God kids in Florida. I got God kids
yeah,
in Atlanta, in
yeah, I got
Ohio. Like,
I
yeah, no,
got I
I
got God kids
understand.
everywhere, and they all
I
call me,
understand.
they all check on me, make sure I'm good. And you know, I always tell people one thing: if you out with doing what you're supposed to be doing, and people respect you, and they show you loyalty, and they show you that they have love for you, why do you need to change the vest? It's not the vest that they looking at. They're looking
It's
at
the
you as an individual.
person.
They're looking at you as an individual.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You have done something to get their attention, for them to even have a conversation about wanting you to come to their organization. So just keep doing what you're doing, and they're gonna keep showing you love. They're gonna keep hanging out with you, and then sooner or later, you know what's gonna happen? The question is gonna go away. Why? And it's gonna become that, hey, bro, whatever you need, we got you. Don't worry about it. You know,
Yep.
I've been told that by several different clubs, especially next level. Um, a lot of the bros over there, they ask me all the time, joking, "Hey, Freeway, hey, we ready when you ready?" I said, "Shit, when you ready? When you ready to ride? Let's go." They start laughing. They said, "Man, you know what we talking about?" I said, "Hey, man, hey, it is what it is, bro." I said, I come, I hang out, I go back home, chill out, and I really feel that if I was just to jump ship on Rough Riders just because of something that's going on or something I don't agree
Right.
with,
Right.
I would feel like I'm abandoning an organization that I spent a lot of time in. Instead of picking up the shovel and saying, "Okay, hey guys, guess what? This is my my 2 cents. I just want to help get us away from where we at. If we get more people to help getting away from where we at, we'll be all right." But
Right.
we got too many people, jockeying for positions. We got too many people that want this to be a social club. Come in, do what you're supposed to do, live the lifestyle for Rough Riders, get out. And I tell people all the time, it's hard for Rough Riders.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't realize why. I tell them like this: anytime you look up, you might have 3 annuals in 1 month or 4, and you want to make them, but you just can't put the time together or put the funds together, or whatever reason it is.
Right.
Most MCs, they probably got 10 a year, and that's
Right.
if they got 10 good chapters. You
Right.
know, But with Rough Riders, it's hard for us because you got to think about something. We got everybody in the United States. We got Canada. We got Japan. I mean, Korea, Japan,
Europe.
Puerto Rico, Germany. We got everywhere. We got
Yeah.
brothers and sisters everywhere around the
Everywhere.
continent of the United States and outside abroad. So I try to my motto is you send me a flyer. If I communicate with you, say I'm coming, I'm gonna come to your event. That's why I just try to show that respect. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna do whatever. Now, if it's 3 events or 2 events going on in that area, I'm gonna tell you, I'm only gonna give you one day. I'm gonna go hang out.
Facts.
I'm gonna give you one day. I'm gonna give somebody else one day. I'm gonna give somebody else one day. That 4th day, I gotta get on back to the house. I'm
Facts.
gonna try to show love, much love as I can, because a lot of these chapters put in a lot of work to put these annuals together. And we need to get out and support each other and do the right thing. You know, uh, my biggest thing is I see a lot is, and I just want to put this out to all Rough Riders. When you get out in the streets, and you're in the streets, don't stand in the corner. Get out and mingle with people. Get out and greet
Network.
people.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. You might meet somebody from your hometown. You might meet somebody you went to high school with. You never know. Get out and meet people. I understand we want to be rough riders, but sometimes you have to get out and get outside your boundaries and open up. Sometimes you'd be surprised what you learn from other people. You'd be surprised how they treat you, and you'd be surprised the loyalty and the love that you get from them.
Absolutely. I'm firsthand with that. So, final question. What does the phrase "state lines to state lines" mean to you?
All right. Uh 2 years, 3 years now. So 3 years now going been doing the state line runs and things like that. So one of my homegirl, baby girl, she was like, "All right, Mr. State Line to State Line." I was like, "Where you come up with that from?" So she sent it to me, and then my birthday came up. So she knows I'm big on playing dominoes. So um I ended up getting a set of dominoes that said freeway, state line to state lines.
Oh, that's dope.
So on the dominoes, they got Rough Riders on them and 48 for all 48
That's
states.
lit.
So it's just different things that people say, and and people I hang around, they just give me love for what I do. And like I said before, uh, a lot of the riding I do is therapy for me. I get to get out and have some peace and quiet. I got a playlist. I got two playlists with over 400 something songs on both of them. So,
Wow.
and then I've had people say state line to state line. I have people tell me they call me Mr. Navigation. Uh, all kinds of things. So
That's
but
good.
I
That's
just
dope,
I
though.
just get out and I love to ride. Uh, I love to do my car and truck. I love to hang out with my slingshot people also. So it takes a little bit of work and energy for me to plot out a lot of events and get my rides in. Get my I also compete in the sound competitions.
Oh, wow.
So
Turn up.
I do a little bit of everything.
That's dope.
I got one of my friends in the slingshot world. They call him Slinger. He's out of San Antonio, Texas. He's
Okay,
pretty much
swinger.
he's pretty much been my ride die when it comes to slingshot world. Um, Motorcycles, I know all day long. Didn't know anything about the slingshot world. And when I got into the slingshot world, it's a different atmosphere. But I'm getting some rough riders over there. My brother Doggy Style out of Dallas, Texas. He competed earlier this year in April. Won his first Clarity contest. Hat goes
That's
off to him. Got a nice
okay,
sounding swing.
Texas.
Right there in
Okay.
Texas. Yeah, Texas. Uh, so it's just different. I have a different variety of different things I do. Try to help people, give them advice, put them on the right track with people I know that can help them getting their music together on their bikes, getting their bikes, whatever they need for
That's
the site,
dope.
different things. Because if we don't help each other, then why you here? And how can you look to your left and right and say that's my brother or my sister if you ain't willing to help that person or guide that person in the right way? They might not want to hear what you got to say, but give them the info. Let them figure it out for
That
themselves
part.
after that.
That part.
You know,
Yes, sir.
don't
Yes.
mind it at all. Uh, just gonna keep it running until God tells me I need to sit down and it's over with for me. But until then, I'm a
Period.
I'm gonna keep doing my goals. I set goals every year. This year I got 17 rides. I'm halfway through the 17. So
Let's
uh,
go.
working on next year riding to Alaska.
Alaska is crazy work, but I'm sure you'll do it.
Well, it's gonna be about 5 or 6 of us, and um, we mapped everything out about 2.5 months ago, and we looked at the value of riding up there, and it was gonna probably hit us probably about 3 grand a piece.
Wow.
So that was just with hotels and everything. So we decided to create a little pot, put money in there every month, and these 6 people, we gonna our goal is to get up to $25,000, and then from there we're gonna put it on one card, and then we're gonna ride and have fun.
Wow. That's so dope. Please keep us posted on that so we can follow y'all. I ain't going, but I do want to follow you.
It's
I ain't
easy.
going, but
It's,
I want to watch y'all. I want to watch
it,
y'all. I want to try. I do. That's dope. That's dope for real. So Alaska,
yeah.
y'all be on the lookout for y'all brothers and sisters. They coming y'all way soon. Brother, thank you so much for joining us tonight and sharing your journey, your wisdom, and your passion of the Rough Riders lifestyle. I deeply appreciate you coming on, holding it down for the OGs. You can go to bike night now. You can go to bike night now.
they, they probably they
I know
probably
you
looking for
trying to get
me.
on that
They
bike.
probably looking for me now. Talking about where he at? He ain't here yet.
Yeah. I understand. I know you trying to get on that
They
bike.
they
You
good.
get it.
They
You
good.
go
They
to
know where
bike
I'm
night
at.
now, bro. Took some time out of his night. It was bike night tonight to come sit down and join the clubhouse with us, and I greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you so much
I
for being a
appreciate you having
guest.
me. I
And
appreciate you having me.
it means a lot because again, this is still connecting us, even though we haven't physically met. This is honestly, y'all, our first for real interaction. But I love it because I've learned so much about you as a brother, you as a person, as a man, and I respect it so much, bro. So I cannot wait till we get to meet in person and chop it up. Thank you again for joining the clubhouse, and I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. All right, y'all. So again, Freeway Story reminds us that the club life isn't just about motorcycles. It's about leadership, service, sacrifice, brotherhood, and creating memories that last a lifetime. To everyone watching, thank you for tuning in to Clubhouse Conversations with Yemaya. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. You can watch us on YouTube because on Facebook, if you're streaming on Facebook, they will be deleted. So if you do miss anything, follow us on YouTube at Clubhouse Conversations underscore Yemaya. And again, I want to thank y'all. And before we end, shout out once again to Ride Out Energy Drink, proudly supporting motorcycle culture, riders, events, and communities nationwide. When the destination is hundreds of miles away, when sleep is optional, bro, be pounding that ground, and when the road keeps calling your name, Ride Out Energy is there to help you stay locked in and ready to roll. Grab a can, fuel your ride, join the movement, ride out energy, built for the journey. This is your girl Yemaya, and we out. Peace. Love y'all.